Before we dive into today's episode, I've got something special for you. Are you looking to supercharge your homeschool and foster critical thinking skills in your children? Well, I've got just the thing for you. Introducing our exclusive quick guide to implementing critical thinking in your homeschool. This guide has gentle, practical tips and strategies to help you nurture your child's analytical abilities and prepare them for success in an ever-changing world. But here's the best part. It's completely free. Yes, you heard that right. It's free. To grab your copy, simply head over to the show notes for this episode and click on the link provided. Your guide today and take your homeschooling journey to the next level.
Welcome to the Essence of Homeschooling podcast, brought to you by the umbrella school, Stateros Academy. We empower and equip you to cultivate the authentic homeschool lifestyle where freedom and relationships rule.
Hey friend, today I'm here with Michele Moore. She's one of our homeschool coaches, and I'm so excited to have her here today so that you can get to know her a little bit. She has been on our team for many years, working with homeschoolers and helping them as they figure out how to live the authentic homeschool lifestyle. And Michele is one of my favorite people in the world, and I'm so excited to ask her some questions today and get her talking so that you can get to know her a little bit as well, because we're going to be spending a lot of time together. Michele, thank you for being here.
Hello.
Okay, if it's okay
Hello,
with you,
I'm happy I can be here with you.
I have some questions for you. I have 3 kind of fun questions, and then I have 3 more serious questions about homeschooling and what it has meant to you. So if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my 3 fun questions.
Sounds good.
What is the most interesting place you visited, and why was it meaningful for you?
I think the most interesting place that I've visited, and I've been able to visit quite a few, but the one that keeps coming back as a special memory is Greece. After college, I backpacked Europe, but there was just something really special. Maybe it's because I had a winter job and then I backpacked Europe. And so it was still late spring or early spring into the beginning of summer. So I got down to Greece at just the right time. And so the beautiful water, the beautiful cliffs, the islands were incredible. So I think that's the one that just keeps coming back as kind of a beautiful spot that I'd love to go back to.
And did you get to eat much of the food?
I did like shawarma and I ate some of the food. But I'm backpacking Europe, so it's the cheapest food I can eat. So
what was the best food you had? Do you remember what your favorite was?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I have a distant cousin in Italy. And so when I saw her in Italy, we went to an Italian home. And so their whole feast was incredible.
So that took it for the trip. Yeah. Okay. My next question is, if you could have any pet, real or mythical, what would it be?
Well, my kids are really into How to Train Your Dragon, and I think I'd pick a dragon. I think I love How to Train Your Dragon just because my kids. And so seeing that, flying with the dragon, they're very loyal. And then I could go to Greece again, right?
I love How to Train Your Dragon. Do you know Universal Studios is opening a new theme park in 2025, and they're going to have How to Train Your Dragon land inside of it?
No way.
Epic Universe.
That would be amazing.
So,
wow.
If you want me to book the trip for you, I can do that for you too, because I do travel agent stuff.
That's right.
But
you do.
We're totally going to go. I can't wait. I'm saving up now.
Will it be Florida?
Orlando. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it Florida or California? Okay. I'd rather go to Florida than California.
Yeah. Orlando. So it's Epic Universe. It's an entirely new theme park, and it's going to have a whole How to Train Your Dragon area. I can't wait. Okay. My last question for fun is, how do you unwind after a stressful day?
Well, so if that's the end of the day, is usually, until the time change, right? It was getting dark. So for me, it might be sitting in front of the fire with a good book or sitting there and talking to my husband. But now that we have the time change and the weather, even though we're going to get a snowstorm here, the weather is changing. I love to go for walks. So weekends too would be like hikes and getting out into nature.
Yeah, that's a good way to de-stress and unwind. Especially when it's starting to get warm and it's that perfect temperature air where it's like you just can't even feel the temperature. I love that part about Colorado. Okay, so
Yes.
now we're gonna go ahead.
And then in the summer,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in the summer when they also, you don't want to be out in the middle of the day, so an evening walk is perfect.
Yeah, it is. Or early morning. I love it. It's perfect. My first question is, what inspired you to homeschool in the first place? Why did you start this journey?
That's a good question because it is different for everyone. And I had never been homeschooled. In fact, I hadn't even known anyone who had been homeschooled. And so it was a risky thought for me to even consider it. I'd only learned about homeschooling a few years before we started our family. But at the time, my oldest would have been entering kindergarten. We were living in a suburb of Washington, D.C. I didn't know that I had to think about school pretty much when I was pregnant to prepare to get him into school for kindergarten. And then I realized, well, kindergarten's really kind of optional. Plus, the kindergarten there, all of them were full day. And I thought, he's still napping. I'm not going to send him to full day kindergarten. How's my child going to get a nap? So I also didn't want to ruin all the fun we'd been having together, exploring museums, especially in the DC area, getting downtown, going to nature centers, doing projects around his interests and playing with friends and reading tons of books together. Plus, we'd already played so much with putting the alphabet together just because these were natural ways to engage my child. And then I thought, well, he's going to be bored in kindergarten, and it's kindergarten. I can do this. So I decided I'd try. And considering school is not even compulsory until one is 6, I didn't have to really register, put him in. I thought, hey, I can get my feet wet in trying this without really any major consequence. But then I jumped in with both feet, and unbelievably, I'm now in my 20th year of homeschooling. I've graduated 3 kids, and I have 2 more to get through middle school and high school.
And there's no like you.
There's been, well, I mean, there are days, there are days, but no, I'm very grateful. And especially with my kids, from oldest to youngest, 12 and a half years apart, knowing that they actually had so much more time together than they would have had if each of those siblings had been in school. My youngest knows her oldest brother.
That's awesome. Yeah, they never would have known each other if you hadn't homeschooled.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't either. Okay.
It would have been a lot more work. It would have been possible, but it would have been a lot of work.
So my next question is around advice for parents who are just getting started. So I want to know your top 3 tips of what you would share or what you would like to share with new homeschoolers who are just getting started.
Every family is so unique and so different. So there's times where it's going to look really different. And there's not necessarily a broad sweeping answer for how each family must start. But I do think that these 3 are pretty practical and useful at all times, really. So I would say number 1, enjoy your children. Each one is a bundle of wonder and curiosity. So take some time to look at the world through their eyes and marvel at what they see. Doing this will help you know your children and how they enjoy learning. My second would be do not compare yourself. Do not compare your family. Do not compare your children to anyone else. Comparison will steal your joy. It creates tension and distracts you from what would serve your child best. No 2 families function the same, so live into the beauty of your own family, free of feeling that you have to be someone else or do something else to succeed. Love your family well by not comparing. My third point would be make curriculum work for you. Do not work for it. While curriculum is important, it is not the magic bullet that will make you and your child a success. Curriculum is impersonal, unfeeling, and uncaring. It is only a tool. You, as the homeschooling parent, are the most necessary ingredient to your child's success. So learn a child and enjoy the journey. make sure that curriculum is your employee. You are not its employee.
You know what I love about all three things that you said? If you do those things, your children will feel so loved. Like when you take the time as a parent to really observe your child and look at the world through their eyes and breathe their space. You breathe the air that they breathe because you're interacting with them so closely. They feel that as love, and that makes a big deal to a child's education. Not comparing yourself to others and fully embracing your family, exactly who each person is and where you are. They feel loved and accepted. And then not becoming a slave and putting the curriculum to work for the child, it shows that they are worth more than the money that you invested in that curriculum. All three of those come back and the child feels love. And when a child feels love and you're connected with your child and you're learning together, they soar. They can do so much more than we think that they're capable of. And we can do more than we think that we're capable of when we're joined together like that and we're unified. So I absolutely love what you said. And I think that that's really good advice to take. I'm going to go back and reevaluate if I'm doing these things.
Yep. I should too.
We all should, right?
Something to continue to keep in mind.
The last one is, what is one of your absolutely most favorite homeschool memories from your homeschool journey?
There's always sweet moments, and there's sweet moments one-on-one with each kid.
Mhm.
But I think one that really pops to mind, I have 5, and they're 12 and a half year age difference. So that created its own challenges. But we've always really treasured the times when we've gathered together and enjoyed a book. Real books are a key element to my homeschooling journey, but that age gap has made finding read alouds pretty difficult. I remember one particular week that the book I was reading was for 2 of the middle kids. My high schooler had his own things to do, and my youngest children were learning to play quietly while I read. And for some reason, the oldest wandered in while I was reading and chose to stay. And something in the story captured the younger one's attention, and they were listening as well. And now I was surrounded by all 5 of my kids as we were enjoying a book together. And that lasted for the week because the book lasted for the week. Now, the hardest part about doing read alouds is and homeschooling is stopping reading, because they're always like, "Oh, but mom, read the next chapter." And well, I love the book too, so I want to read the next chapter. And they learned how to delay their math because I could just read another chapter. But it's usually around a good book and gathering together, and how precious to have all 5 from pretty much toddler to teen enjoying a book.
That's so sweet. Do you remember what book it was?
I think so. It's one of 2 books. Interestingly enough, one could have been a story about the Wells Fargo, the carriages that carried the mail, and how that worked. Or the other one that pops to mind that it could have been was Snow Treasure, which is a World War II historical novel on children helping to get the gold out of Norway. And they got it out through sledding. They'd sit on the gold and sled past the Nazi soldiers, and then they'd go bury it in the snow. It's like an all-time favorite book. So it could have been that my oldest wandered back in and went, "Wait, you're reading Snow Treasure?" And so stayed, because that's an all-time favorite for the whole family.
Yeah, that sounds like a great book. I'm going to go look it up. Maybe we should have
And
book
it's an easy read for
recommendations
your
from
boys
Michele.
now, but and I love books. So
No,
you give me a topic and I'll start finding books for
you
you.
can recommend. We're going to have book recommendations from Michele. We're going to do that.
Okay.
Your oldest is a boy, right?
Yes, 2 boys and then 3 girls. So I know boys for books and boys for girls. And then when you have older brothers, the girls have liked plenty of the books the boys have.
Mhm. Boy books are fun.
Boy books are
Boys
fun.
are fun.
They're boys are a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm biased. I'm a boy mom, so I can't imagine it
Well, you
any
are.
other way, but I know girls can be fun too.
Yeah.
But
But there are some really fun girl books, and some of the lessons taught through girl books that help them. For one of my kids, it was a story about a little girl who was learning like Laura Ingalls Wilder time. And so the one room schoolhouse kind of thing. And the little girl had to be, she was in an older grade with the older kids for reading, but she was in the youngest grade for math, but she was like in the middle grades. And she was so upset by that. She's like, "You can do that? How can you do that?" But the teacher talked her through that it's for, everybody learns at a different rate. It doesn't mean anything. It's the one room schoolhouse, which is pretty
Mhm,
much homeschooling.
mhm.
And so for my daughter to hear that and go, "Oh," and it happened to be her two subjects, the one she was good in and the one she was bad in. She goes, "Oh, so nothing's wrong with me?"
Oh, I
I was
love
like,
that.
no. And to hear it through a story, right, helps them process it in a different way. So
Totally.
I love what books can teach and how they can teach.
Mhm. Which book was that?
Understood Betsy.
All right. Well, there you go. I
So
think
that's in elementary school, but yeah.
all kids should read it. All homeschool parents should read it.
Sometimes I learn more from the books than the kids do.
Oh my gosh, today my youngest is reading Frankenstein by Shelley.
Oh, so good.
And there was a part in it because we're listening to it on an audiobook and then reading at the same time so that we can hear it and read it. And I was like, pause it, go back. You need to mark that in the book right there. Did you hear what they just said? That was so good. He's like, okay, mom, calm down. I'm like, no, you got to learn. This is a really big deal. Dog ear that page. Mark up that page. Interact with
Yeah.
that book. Have a relationship with that book. Okay. Well,
That's where
Michelle, go ahead.
the Socratic comes in so well.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what we're doing. We're going, do you know teaching the classics? I think we talked about this before.
Mhm.
Love it. That's
Yes.
what we're doing. We're going through and just implementing. And what I love about teaching the classes, it's not a curriculum. It's just the Socratic method. So it just gives you the information that you need and then a slew of questions that you can use on any piece of literature for kindergartners through, as long as you're alive. It's
Mhm.
fantastic. I love it. So, anyway, Michelle, thank you so much for taking time out to talk with me and for sharing some of your experiences with me. And I'm excited about our podcast and I'm excited about spending more time with you and sharing the wisdom that you have from all of your years of homeschooling and getting that out and helping other homeschoolers too. So, thanks.
Well, thank you, Colleen.
Thank you.
It's a privilege.
I'm excited for next time. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Come join us in our private Facebook community, The Essence of Homeschooling, where you can connect with like-minded individuals, share resources, and gain valuable insights from Colleen and our homeschool coaches. We can't wait to meet